you've grown this business, which is now 32 years old. You started in 1986, and you started off of an idea which might have been interrupting what was the norm, what was the status quo at the time. I somehow feel that that's where I am in what we're trying to do, and it's been a leap to go from the world of finance into the area of health, and now to cause and create something to focus on the education side of what we offer. So, as advice to me and as advice to a lot of entrepreneurs that are also starting the business, and we have them relate to their body as the vehicle that will have them deliver their mission. We want them to also be successful in their journeys in their business. So, question on business is, tell us a bit about from when you started to where you are now, right? Some advice or tips around your growth, how you overcame some of the hardest moments, and what were some of the key things that had you build this global brand?
I have no business background, zero. I was very poor when I was a kid, and when I went to university, I met a few rich people.
None of your family were business before
No.
you?
In fact, my father hated business.
Got it.
And he worked had a blue collar job on the railroad, taking exchanging rails and ties.
Got it.
So that's what he was doing. And he was a farmer in Latvia and in Poland.
Yeah.
During the Second World War. So that was he was basically a farm guy.
Got it.
And and so I met rich people when I was at university, and they were no happier than me. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because I did think at one point that money would make me happy. And I was cured of that just by meeting these people.
Yeah.
So for me, it's never been about money.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you come from the world of finance is a strike against you, because there's a narrative in the world of money that puts money ahead of life, when money ought to be serving life. And that happens a lot in the world, where money, how do you know? When push comes to shove, if you're working for the bank, then you'll sacrifice life for money. And if you're working for life, then if push comes to shove, you'll sacrifice money for life. That's how you know when push comes to shove. So I have no business background. And the idea of entrepreneur, if you don't fall into a passion, is going to be always, how can I make a lot of money? Oh, I'm really excited about making a lot. No, that's manufactured. That's manufactured enthusiasm, unless maybe for a few people who really have that. So the way I come at it is, I say, you live on a planet. You're here for something. You have arms and legs. You have whatever you have, whatever abilities you have. What is there, and it may be where you had the most trauma in your life, where you would want to make a difference. Where you might maybe want to do something so that nobody else ever on this planet should have the trauma that you had. And sometimes it's hard, because you need to sort that out, right, before it becomes useful to you. But you have to find something that gets you excited. And once you get the excitement, everything else follows. Then you can hire people to do your books. You can all the talents you don't have. And you probably, the strongest enthusiasm that a human being can have is going to be for something that makes quality of life better in one way or another. There's 1,000 ways you can make quality of life better. Some it's through fitness, some it's through food, some of it's through mental, some of it is through social, some of it is through political. There's any place you can apply that. But the enthusiasm has to come from you. So if you're looking for a job or a business to bring you satisfaction, that's already wrong. Because the only satisfaction in your business is going to be the satisfaction you bring to it, right?
Amazing. Yeah.
And that again comes from getting present in your own life. Right? And then it could be anything, but I don't know anything that drives it like enthusiasm. People say, what gets done is what gets paid for. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. What gets done is what somebody develops a passion for and gets driven to do, or called to do or drawn to do. It's like inspiration is a drawing,
Amazing.
not a pushing, right?
Yeah.
So I would say to anybody who's watching this, what is your passion? And you find that within yourself. And when you find that passion, then you just start doing what you can. Because I didn't know, I didn't know how to do all of that stuff. It just came out, oh my God, we could help so many people if we could make oils with health in mind. Yeah. And then it was there. Yeah. It was there. And then if you do that and you're doing it and you're following it because you have the juice for it, the money comes at the end of it.
Got it.
I never paid any attention to the money. Obvious, look, when you provide service for people, why do people pull money out of their pocket and give it to you? Yeah. Because you're making them feel better in some way. Yeah. You're giving them something that they want. Yeah. And what people want most of anything is to feel better. Yeah. Right? The innermost drive in every human being is to go from a felt minus to a felt plus. Yeah. A driving for perfection and a driving for godlikeness. That's how Alfred Adler, the psychologist, said it.
Got it.
Right?
Amazing.
And we all want it better, right? Yeah. And when you have it good, you still want it better. Yeah. Right? And when you have it bad, you want it better. Yeah. So wanting it better is the universal drive.
Got it.
Tap into that drive in you.
Beautiful.
But tap into what is your gift that you can bring to the world. What do you have a passion to bring to the world?
Got it.
Often the gift is hidden behind the trauma. That's why trauma is a trigger. For me it was the war, so I'm big on that people could live together in harmony. Yeah. I got poisoned by pesticides, so that was the trigger for saying, making oils with health in mind, or making sure that you eat right and live right and live in line with nature. Yeah. And it's always something about, these days, it's always something about getting back in line with nature. Yeah. With nature or human nature.
Got it. Tell me a bit more, tell us something about one of the setbacks you may have faced in your business journey. Oh yeah. That almost would have had you say quit, or you thought you couldn't see light at the end of the tunnel, and what was it that had you overcome that?
Well, in business, I discovered whether you have, and I think it's whether you have financial background or not, you always get screwed sometimes by somebody, right? Yeah. And the first time I got screwed was the first company that I started with a bunch of people. My thought was, I'll make it work for them and they'll make it work for me. Well, I don't have control about them making it work for me. And what they actually did is they screwed me, and then they pushed me out, and then they screwed me, and then they sued me. And at that point, I was
How early along in your journey did this happen?
Oh, this was 1989. So we had been making flax oil for 3 years. Wow. Right? And then I had a serious setback. I was depressed. I was near suicidal. And so my question is, okay, look, if I have to spend all my time protecting myself in order to do business, I don't want to be in business. And so the answer that came back out of my prayerful, you know how when you get desperate you become religious. Quite prayerful. Yeah. Not religious, but prayerful. That's what I do. And the answer came back is, do it out of your enthusiasm. There's nothing wrong with that. Be careful who you pick to work with. And if they have enthusiasm for the same thing, and you can build a structure that's fair to everybody, do that early on.
Got it.
Right? Do that early on, and then do it in a way where it's documented.
Got it.
So this is, I don't want to get too complicated about, get 14 big lawyers and, do all of that. But you want to have some structure. You want to put it in writing so that people remember on bad days, they remember what they agreed to. Yeah. And as long as you're in agreement, work together. And then when you fall out of agreement, which happens often in the course of life, then separate in an honorable way.
Got it. Right? All right. But really putting in that agreement and having it be in writing, so there's a level of professionalism, because more often than not, we tend to find with, especially when you're in business with a lot of your loved ones or family or friends, we don't document things, and then somewhere down the line we realize we have different perspectives. Right.
So there's that. But if I had to pick one, I would pick the enthusiasm. Yeah. Because even if I did this with enthusiasm, That's what Churchill said, right?
Yeah.
Churchill said, success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said that, but it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but that is the quote. Yeah.
But the way I think about it is lots of people have benefited from the oil in their health, right? Yeah. But I don't live in those people, so I'm not getting the benefit they're getting. That's their thing.
Yeah.
I get some credit for it, but honestly, if I got screwed in every business I did, but I was doing something that lifted the
humanity.
At the end of it, I wouldn't take any of that with me. I would leave very satisfied. So it is never going to be about the money.
Yeah.
I'm the richest person I know. I am the richest person I know, and it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with feeling rich, because rich is a feeling. Because you can say I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire 1,000 times, and you don't feel any different than if you said I have no money, I have no money, I have no money, right? It doesn't make any difference. And the money you have, it's in the bank, and where you live is inside, and you can try to make up ideas. Oh yes, I'm happy because I have. It's bullshit. After you make 70,000 a year, that takes care of all your basics.
Yeah.
Happiness does not go up.
Doesn't increase with the increase in pay.
Proportional to money.
Yeah.
It doesn't, right? And you're still a biological being.
Yeah.
Right? And your biology is where your happiness lives, and your peace is there, and your fulfillment is there, and your enthusiasm comes from there. And if you live in a state of enthusiasm, that's a good way to spend time here.
Yeah. What's happening now after the oils is, you guys are bringing more products and offering in the health space. There's greens that have come about, probiotics. Can you talk a bit more about those?
When I got the oil done and it was rolling, I said, okay, where's the next place that is most neglected? And I would say it was digestion.
Okay.
And so I started working with digestion. I started working with digestive enzymes. And the reason for it is you cook food, you destroy the enzymes that are in raw foods. They do 60% of the digestion for you, if you chew it up properly.
Yeah.
And if you destroy those enzymes, you should replace them, because nature said 60% of the digestion was supposed to be done by the food. That's how this system was built.
Yeah.
So then you replace those enzymes. That gets you closer to how it was in nature. Same thing with probiotics. Probiotics are friendly bacteria.
Yeah.
They have, among all the bacteria in your gut, there's 100 times more genes than you have in your body, and they make all kinds of molecules, positive and negative. The probiotics control the system. They make you the positive molecules.
Yeah.
Because when you cook food, you kill any probiotics you would have on the food. That's where a cow gets them.
Yeah.
Right? Eat grass, get probiotics. They're on the grass. So you need to replace those. And what I do is I brush my teeth with probiotics, because they're supposed to start in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to swallow a capsule.
Yeah.
Start in your mouth, where they work their way through your system, and they have benefits on every part of your digestive tract. Wow. If you swallow a capsule, then you get benefits from your belly down, but you get none from your belly up.
Yeah.
If you have salmonella, and you swallow a capsule, that'll help with the salmonella, but you'll reinfect yourself from the top.
Yeah.
So I brush my teeth with probiotics at night, swallow them, don't rinse my mouth, leave them in my mouth all night. They grow there all night.
Yeah.
And I wake up with exponentially less severe bad breath in the morning, because they fight the rot bacteria that otherwise take over.
Amazing. Wow.
All night. And you don't swallow when you're sleeping, so that whatever bacteria multiply in your mouth, they just stay there, which is why breath is worse in the morning.
And what form are these probiotics?
They're in capsules. I just open the capsule, dump it in my tongue, brush my teeth.
Got it. Amazing. Beautiful.
And then the third one was fiber.
Yeah.
Fiber is very important for the friendly bacteria, and animal foods don't have fiber.
Yeah.
There's another reason why whole plant-based whole foods are a good idea, because you can also take the fiber out of plant foods. Yeah. Then you have white flour, white sugar. Yeah. Right. So you want the fiber, because the fiber is also very good for digestion. Yeah. And then the fourth one that I haven't, that I am working with, is about bitters, and these are herbs and spices that have very powerful beneficial effects, not on just on the digestive system, but they're absorbed into the body. So that's the second. The third one was greens are the foundation of everything.
Yeah.
And hardly anybody eats their greens.
Yeah.
And I used to say you have to have the tongue of a cow to like the taste of grass.
Yeah.
But we've made some greens that actually taste really good.
Got it.
And they're fermented grasses, and they have herbs and spices in them that really taste nice.
Got it.
So I'm very impressed with that. And I'm heading more in the direction, not so much mineral vitamin supplements.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of gone their fad.
Yeah.
Because it turns out they don't help that much, because with the minerals and vitamins in the body,
Yeah.
in the foods,
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of other molecules that are related.
Yeah.
And all together they do a good job.
Yeah.
When you isolate just one out of that, it doesn't work that well. So the research now is beginning to show pretty consistently they don't make your life longer and they don't make your health better. Although there are times to take it when you're deficient,
Yeah.
they can be helpful
Yeah.
short term.
Yeah.
But herbs and spices,
Yeah.
unbelievable world. Unbelievable. I am so excited about it.
Awesome.
They're and from everywhere. Now they're available from everywhere.
Yeah.
And they have so many, all the drugs
Yeah.
are not as good
Yeah.
as what's in the herbs and spices.
Amazing.
And they bring flavors to foods, but they also bring molecules that are anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antiviral, and actually there is an herb for every part of the body.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, there's herbs to make it work better. If this doesn't work,
Yeah.
there are herbs to make it work better.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, there's herbs to make it work better.
Amazing.
Lungs and kidneys and liver and joints, and I mean it's really quite amazing.
Beautiful.
We live in such a richness
Yeah.
of nature,
Yeah.
and we have not even hardly
Tapped into
started
it. Yeah.
to really understand it and to use it
Yeah.
properly.
Beautiful. Beautiful to see where the direction it was going. I'd love to tell us a bit about your books that you've written, and what can we look forward to learning from them.
Fats That Heal, Fats That Heal, Fats That Kill is my big book.
Yeah.
And that's on oil, but it talks about the rest of nutrition too.
Got it.
But the focus is on oils because that was the most important not addressed topic. So this is it's a classic. We sold 250,000 of them, and it's relatively technical.
Wow.
Even though we tried it out in grade 9 classes and they could understand
They
it.
got it. All right. Okay.
So that's Fats That Heal, Fats That Kill. I have a cookbook. It's called Omega-3 Cuisine. It's the only Omega-3 cookbook.
Wow.
And
You should get on with that.
I did that with a chef, a celebrity chef who used to work for Frank Sinatra and some of the presidents of the United States.
Wow.
And he wrote the recipes, so I really didn't do much of the work. He did most of the work. Great recipes using all of them, 140 recipes, 139 of them use Udo's oil in the recipe.
Got it. Wow.
And because you can't use this for frying, so
Yeah.
you use it afterwards in hot, warm, or cold foods.
Yeah.
But you add it after, and there's ways to do that.
Yeah.
The most recent thing,
Yeah.
is because we talk about food and fitness a lot,
Yeah.
but then we know that how we think affects health too. That's why we have athlete psychology, success psychology, and psychology in general.
Yeah.
That affects health.
Yeah.
Our emotions affect health, but
Yeah.
we really don't know how our emotions are made because they're really complicated.
Yeah.
Because we can look at the same thing and you go ballistic, and I say, what's your problem?
What's exactly, yeah.
Right? Because so people are so different in their emotional takes on
Yeah.
things. And then there is with the people you hang out with
Yeah.
affect your health,
Yeah.
and how your environment
Yeah.
affects health.
Yeah.
And then if you go inward,
Yeah.
whether you're in touch with that life energy that we talked about. In fact, you can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it, and you can taste it. But you have to bring your awareness inside to that energy. And when you do that, you're in your power. People talk about being in their power.
Yeah.
That's where your power, that is your power. What does it take?
Yeah.
And that's beyond, I call that perfect health, because the energy that keeps you alive can never get sick.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're sick, this is how I deal with illness. When you're sick, the electrons in your body are not sick, the atoms in your body are not sick, the molecules in your body are not sick, and Disease starts at the level of interaction between molecules, right?
Yeah.
And even if you're really, really sick and ready to check out sick,
yeah,
a very small part of you is sick, and most of you is still healthy.
Yeah.
Right? And if we give that the energy,
yeah,
that's where our healing comes from. You can literally and you can change your mindset. Like, I have a war mindset. I'm a war baby.
Yeah.
And for years I went around, every time there was just a little tension, I would shake,
yeah,
or I'd go like that. And it was a total anxiety thing, right? And I'd just be thinking about something, and it would happen if I wasn't conscious, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can go into your life and rewrite your life.
Yeah.
And I've done it. I've got about 9,000 pages of writing from this perspective that you get when you're not a war baby, but a life baby, right? Because life is the master, right? Life is, we talk about masters, but life is the master in every human being, right? Runs the show, weighs nothing, does it for nothing, 24/7, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, right? So spending time with that is really good for health. You actually feel perfect health, even if your body's checking out. You feel perfect health because that's not affected.
Got it.
And then the awareness behind it, that is the foundation of that. It's kind of before the Big Bang.
Yeah.
You know, before there was matter, energy, time and space, what was there?
Yeah.
Awareness.
Awareness.
Right? And you get in touch with that, and then becoming aware of your awareness. That's like the total, you know. And then how deep can you go?
Yeah.
I've never seen the bottom of it. I started when I was 30. I'm 76 now, so we're talking 46 years. Taking time to get present with present, right?
Okay.
And it's important, you know, if you want to. So the idea is, if you want to live a whole life, you need to give each one of these 8 areas, which each have a different nature and a different function and need a different kind of attention, and go off in a different way and respond to a different intervention. You need to give all 8 of them their due, and then you have like a life of mastery.
Beautiful.
That's the mastery of human living.
Okay.
And in my view, all the masters that the religions came after, they were teachers of human nature that way.
Beautiful.
And then the religion often turned it on its head and had different agendas. You know, so, you know, I love the work of the masters, whether it's Krishna and Ram, or Lao Tzu in China, or Christ in the Middle East, or Socrates was in that line somewhere, or let's see, who are we missing? Guru Nanak. You know, they all had presence. They were fully present in all of their being, and in the world. And 8 billion people could live like that, because they didn't bring something nobody else had. They were talking about what we all have.
Beautiful.
And the only difference between them and us was they took the time to be present in it, and we tend to neglect, ignore.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's a beautiful note to end on, guys. So Udo, thank you so much for your time and your
Thanks for letting me rant.
Your amazing, beautiful contribution to us and to our audience. So guys, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've loved what you've seen here today, please like this, please love this, and please share this. Udo, anything we can do for you? Is there anything else that you want to say that you may not have said to our viewers?
No, I think I pretty much, I just, you know what, enjoy your life. Awesome. You get one life. It's an unbelievably good gift.
Beautiful.
Make the most of it.
Beautiful. All right, guys, gonna love you and leave you. Bye for now.